Will this become your favorite power strip? Let's check it out. Dave Taylor here, and I'm talking about something pretty boring, but pretty darn important. Whether you have a big AV setup by your television, or you have some complicated gaming computers, or you just have a lot of devices, right? It's a power strip. Now, what makes this interesting, this is the iClever 12 outlet power strip. Let me give you the model number. It is the IC-BB01. It comes in a swanky box. Probably don't need the box anymore. So here it is, and it comes with 12 outlets. So as you can see down the middle, there are 6 in a pretty standard layout, but then there are 6 more widely spaced and facing outward. So this means that these are perfectly oriented for all those big power adapters. Now, when I walk around my office and I look at all the power strips we have in use, there are definitely multiple where we're just done. We need more plugs and we just don't have them. This solves all of those. Now, not only that, it also comes with 4 USB plugs on the bottom, and it has double breaker switch overload protection, overcurrent short circuit protection, lightning protection. I was tempted to actually have a lightning storm while we were recording this just to see, but turns out I don't have that app. And it's a 4200 joule surge protection, so not a huge amount of surge protection, but still a whole lot better than nothing, right? So let's see. It works with the power plugs. The outlets themselves are 1875 watts, 15 amps, and then the USB, the 4 USB 3s at the end here, are 5 volt or 2.4 amp, and all of this whole thing works with 110, actually with 100 volts up to 220 and 50 or 60 hertz. So it should work in a variety of different countries. Of course, I have the version that has, let me unplug it, has the standard American 3-prong, but my guess is that they probably make it with other configurations too. That would be something you'd want to check. It has 2 LED status lights. Actually, while it's unplugged, I can show you it has a very nice 6-foot, this is a super heavy duty cable. This is a thick, chunky cable, and it's a flat wall connector, which is nice if you want to slip this behind the couch or something, or behind your desk, I suppose. And 6.6 feet, and you plug it in, and I just happen to have an extension cord here on my table. And now there's a toggle switch that goes from off to on and protected. It's also, you can reset everything by doing that. Then there's 2 LEDs on the top. The illuminated one says that it's protected, which means that the fuse circuitry and all the protection and everything is working. And then the other one indicates that it's not grounded. So if you have an old 2-prong and you put in a 3-prong, but you don't actually ground your outlet, this is going to warn you because it's not really how you're supposed to do things. So you might want to get an electrician to fix it. Now, how do you test a power outlet? I mean, honestly, I don't know. So here's what I thought. I thought, all right, well, we have USB, so I'm going to plug in a couple of USB cords, and then I'm going to plug in 2 devices to charge them. So first off, I have my handy iPhone 11 Pro, and then I have a brand new Google Pixel 4a. And I thought, all right, we can do this, right? We can charge both. And so I actually plugged them in, gave them an hour, and they both charged pretty impressively considering there's no extra anything, right? So the iPhone 11 Pro got a 48% charge in an hour, which is solid. And the Pixel was better. It got a 60% charge in 1 hour, just plugged directly into these USB plugs. Now that doesn't entirely surprise me because iClever knows a whole lot about power charging and charging adapters and everything, because honestly, 50% of the chargers we have in my office are from iClever. They make great stuff. I've reviewed a lot of their products, and this is just a super helpful thing that you have 4 USB and 12, regular 110 volt power chip plugs or outlets in this interesting orientation that gives you the ability to actually use every darn plug, because there's still too many companies that have all that transformer and everything right there at the plug. Why they can't have like 3 inches of cord and then the box and then the rest of the cord kind of escapes me. Maybe there's some electrical reason. If you know, leave a comment and tell me what the deal is, because otherwise that seems like that would be a vastly more logical design and would give you a lot more flexibility with all of these zillions of devices we have that require their own custom charger and their own wall plug and all of this sort of stuff, right? So one more thing is that this also turns out to be easily wall mountable, because they have 4 little screw holes on the back. So you put 4 screws in the right place on your wall, you put this on, you drop it down, and now it's just sitting on your wall. Imagine this right next to your desk. How handy would that be, right? So many things that you can plug in and you're right there and they're easily controlled. And when you're done, boom, turn it off and you're good to go. Now, there's lots to like, there's lots I like about this, but I do have a criticism. The criticism I have is that the button here at the top is a little wobbly, and I don't really understand why they didn't make it feel a little more firm so that it didn't have that play and wiggle in it. This just makes it feel a little cheap, which is surprising because the rest of it's super well made, and it's even made of a flame and fire retardant plastic. So even if there are issues, this thing is not going to burst into flames, which is pretty much a great idea. So let me give you some dimensions. The cable itself, as I said, is 6.6 feet, and then this unit is 14 inches by 4.25 inches, and it's a 1.4 inches thick, and it's 2.5 pounds, including all the shipping and packaging. It feels like it's somewhere around 2 pounds. Most of the weight's at this end, which is probably where the circuitry is. But this is certainly really, really helpful. And if you like go to a trade show, this would be great to have in a trade show booth, because you can plug everything in to this. So really, really nice, really dull pedestrian category, but it turns out really helpful to have really good power strips, right? So definitely one worth checking out. Now, let's talk about the price. But before we get to the price, I'm going to ask, can you subscribe to my channel, please? Really, I do appreciate when you do that. It's just that little red subscribe button. Tap or click on it, and we're good to go. And give me feedback, right? So what do you think I should have tested with this power strip? I could obviously have plugged in 12 different devices, but honestly, it's going to power them all, right? That's what a power strip does. So I chose not to do that. So hopefully the phone test was more interesting. So this is the iClever 12 outlet power strip, and it is a extremely modest $23.49 at Amazon.com. That is kind of a no-brainer. Just go and get one. There's a link you can go ahead and grab right out of my description of this video, and you can get one for yourself, and you will thank me later. So with that, I'm going to plug things in, because actually my phones aren't quite fully charged yet, kind of the way that works. And there we go. So they're both charging. We're good to go, and I'll catch you in my next video.